June, 1984. The transatlantic series of tall ships races to Quebec and back is well underway. Over 60 ships and yachts from all over the world have entered for the three events, which are in celebration of Jacques Cartier, the French explorer who set sail from St Malo in 1534 and discovered the St Lawrence. Organized by the Sail Training Associations of Britain and America, the races are designed to offer young people the opportunity to compete on a friendly basis and take up the challenge of the seas. At least half of each crew are between the ages of 16 and 25. For them, it is an experience they are never likely to forget. This sleek racing cutter is one of the fastest and most famous vessels in ocean racing. She holds the record for the fastest aggregate time in 2 around-the-world races, one under her previous name of Great Britain too. Now she has been sponsored by a new shipping line operating a container service between Europe and Canada. Following her success in the tall ships races, the new company in fact adopted the name of the boat, Canada Maritime. And appropriately enough, the boat sponsored by one of the youngest shipping lines on the North Atlantic has the youngest crew in the event. 15 boys and 3 girls, all under 25, all from different backgrounds. An office worker, a laborer, a landscape gardener, a coppersmith, a baker, a musician. From Holland, Belgium, Canada, and the UK. Before the races, some of them had never even set foot on board a yacht. For the young crew of Canada Maritime, the story begins back in April. The fleet is to assemble at St Malo on the 9th. But here in Gosport, they receive their first training session. 25-year-old Paul Bishop, the youngest skipper in the race, explains the safety procedures. There is a definite air of anticipation, and perhaps for some, apprehension. At this point, few of the crew know anything about each other. Over the next few months, they will be forced to get to know each other very well, because they will be depending on each other for their lives. To keep the ship afloat, let alone win the race, they will have to learn to trust each other, to live together, to work as a team, to know the yacht. Already the spinnakers have been given nicknames. One's called Margot, another Sexy Sue, and their vital statistics are staggering. Margot alone measures 6,000 square feet. Sailing a boat like Canada Maritime is a 24-hour job. The crew of 18 divides into 2 8-person watches, 4 hours on, 4 hours off, day in, day out. Each 4-hour watch involves essential routines and hard work. Everyone has to pull their weight. Dawn James, one of the trainees.
Initially, it was all very new and very exciting, and I'd known a few of the crew before, but most of them I'd never met before. And slowly we learnt, which sails were which and how to put them on. I can remember thinking it was great fun, but didn't really see the danger involved, and it was pointed out to us what not to do and what to be aware of.
They hear on the radio that one of the ships in the race has been lost with most of her crew. Suddenly, the facts of life are brought home with a jolt. Purser Pippa Doe.
Obviously the crew was shocked, especially as there were so few survivors. But as for the effect it had, it brought us all much closer together. Although the race was officially still on, for us the racing element had gone. It didn't matter who got there first, the success was purely in reaching Halifax safely, without further loss of life or damage to the boat.
The memorial service for the lost crew increases the closeness between the competitors. Russians, Poles, Americans, every nationality in the race joined together to remember the dead. The crew of Canada Maritime had now been together for nearly 4 months. What did they now feel about the event? Had it changed them?
I think it's true to say that everyone in the crew changed. They have a far greater awareness and perception now, and a greater understanding of themselves and for other people.
I think the tall ships races bring people together to work as a team under conditions which range from being frightened to feeling ecstatic. For my part, I think that I have a far greater awareness of what's going on around me, and that I'm probably more tolerant of people now.
I learned perhaps in a way to take care of myself more, to push myself in certain ways, and to try harder and think, well, I will do it, which is good, I think.
But perhaps most important, Canada Maritime made it possible for young people from different countries to sail in the races and learn more than just how to sail an ocean-going yacht. They participated in a project which aims to encourage in young people the twin qualities of self-reliance and teamwork. John Hamilton.
I can say without any hesitation that the crew of Canada Maritime captured the spirit of the tall ships races, and the faith that we had in them was fully justified.
In return, those young people brought to the yacht, to the races, and to Canada Maritime something unique, their own youthful winning ways.